everyone, welcome back to my home. This is Charlotte and welcome to Index Card Friday. I've got a cute index card idea for you today and I wanted to show you time cards. Can you believe all these? Yep, we're going to be playing with a lot of time cards because I've got all these guys. So I just wanted to show you how, yeah. All right. This is what we're creating. Isn't this so cute? There's an index card on the back, and here's a tag, and here's an index card on the back of the tag. I just think this is so cute. This is one full index card, and this is a piece of an index card. So you will need 2 index cards to make this. If you don't have index cards, it's not a problem because, let me see if I can adjust this so it's not so bright on me. Because you can use cardstock, you can use a file folder. So, yeah, just get out what you have. You can see the white back here, and I didn't realize that, so I think I'm going to try to do something about that when we make the next one. But I am in love with this idea. I think it is so cute. We're using our inks, we're using stamps, we're using stencils, we are using time cards, we're using ephemera, and we're also cutting with an X-Acto knife. Now you can do this with cut this window out. You can do that with a die cut if you have. If you don't have die cuts, if you don't have an X-Acto knife, you can measure this off and then just cut this out with scissors. This is the first time I'm using an X-Acto knife on camera, so we'll see how that goes. But first we're gonna die. We've got to color this. So we are going to need our heat tool. So let me plug that in really quick. This is not a project that you're going to do in just a matter of minutes. This is going to take a little bit of time. So here is my card, and I am going for the, I think I used the pink side here. No, I used the green. I am going to use the green simply because I really like that number. And we're going to be cutting this, but we have to dye it first. We have to use our colors. And I'm going to try to use the same colors that I had there. So I've got cracked pistachio, picked raspberry. This is a very, very strong color. I've got antique linen, and I have got tumbled glass. So you use what you're comfortable with or what you have. It can be any color you want it to be. I'm going to get out a couple wipes before we start. And I am also going to place this, a little bit of a paper towel under here. So I am going to start with the green. That is what I started with on the first one. And again, this is cracked pistachio. So I'm going to put a couple drops down. And then I am going to use water just to dilute it a little bit. And yes, I'm getting my finger in there. And I'm just going to wipe my finger off. And I have a tag to wipe up the excess because we don't want to waste it. So I am just going to we have been doing this a lot. I am just going to go over my time card like that, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to try to get the excess off on this tag so we don't waste this ink. Look at how pretty that is already. Yeah, I am really happy with that. And then I am going to wipe this off, and we are going to dry this. And I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think I have to dab any of this off. Let's see, do I have some there? If you get any on the back, it's not a problem because you're going to cover up the back. So let's get this dried, and you have to be careful because you will melt this. This is a cereal bag, and your heat tool will melt that plastic, so be really careful with that. So we're going to get this dried, and then we're going to go in with the pink color, the raspberry. I think we're dry there. This one here, which is the pickled raspberry, and like I had mentioned, this is strong. I did not realize how strong it was, but it is. The color is very vibrant and really strong. So a little bit of this goes a long way, but I like the effect that it has. So you can see just how strong that color is. And yes, I am going to go ahead. You know, this is kind of, let's pick up the excess and look at how pretty this is. This is the second project that I have done with that tag, and I really, really am enjoying what I'm getting. And I could possibly have a hole in here. Looks like I do. So let's dry this. You can see it's very bright. Way brighter. It shocked me when I did the first one. And that is why I pulled the antique linen, because you'll see we'll do the blue next. So we're going to go in now with the tumbled glass. And I'm going to put 2 drops down. And of course, we're going to dilute it. Not a lot. I didn't dilute it a lot. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at, yep. We're not really paying attention. We're just going to pick up what we can, what's left. Not a lot. I'm going to add just one more drop. I want just a little bit more blue. 2 squirts of water, and then let's go in like that. And I'm going to come in with our tag. Look at that. So pretty. Totally unplanned on the tag. Using it just to pick up any leftover that we had. So now we're going to dry this. Okay. I can see where it's wet. Dries pretty quickly. If you don't have inks, then try watered down paints. Really water your paints down and do the same process using paints. Now for me, this is too bright. Some of you may like this. That's where you would want to stop. I need it to be distressed. I am going in with the antique linen, and then I am going to go in with my vintage photo distress ink pad. So here is my linen. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe my finger off on my tag, and then I'm going to look at this and just kind of tone down that pink just a little bit. Let's tone it down, and let's get a little bit of a vintage color on here. That's not enough for me. So I'm going to go 2 more drops and maybe only 1 spritz of the water, and then come in like that. See that? We're just plain in ink. That really is all we're doing. We're done now with the inks. So let me clean this off so if I go again on another project, I can start with a clean slate. And put that away. Okay, now we're gonna dry this. Look at that, guys, isn't it pretty? But you can see what I mean by that raspberry. It is bright. In a good way, bright in a good way. So now we're gonna come in with an ink pad, your dauber, and so we want this to be dried. And while I'm at it, I'm just, oh, I think this is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful background for something. I don't know what, but yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. I think I've done it. I think we are done with the heat tool. That looked good. All right, watch, this is what I love. And I did mean to replace my dauber and I didn't. So I'm gonna go in with this vintage photo, which I think is gonna be too bright for me, or yeah, too dull, I mean. Not enough color, but see the difference? So I think I'm gonna get into the espresso, the ground espresso. It's a little bit darker. That's not really rich enough for me. If you want to see how this looks compared, see that? Just not quite what I'm looking for. So I'm going to pull out the archival ink, the ground espresso, and I'm just going to come in like this. It tones the red down, that pink raspberry. And then we want to do the edges. Now I know on here, that edge there, I am going to clip this. You're still going to see that number, but we're going to clip this. So, little bit of work on this one. I know that. I know that this is a little bit more challenging because there's way more steps, but it is so worth it. All right, now what we're gonna do is get out our stencil. On the first one I did, I cut this and stenciled. I think I am going to, let's stencil the whole thing. So I've got my StazOn in black. I've got my dauber, and I am using this Tim Holtz. It is this pack here. It's called Layering. So you've got your honeycomb, and then you've got your circles, and you've got your alphabet with some numbers. And I just thought, as a backdrop, I really liked this. So we're going right in with this. And because it is going this way and not this way, you could put your stencil this way if you wanted to. There's no right or wrong. You can go upside down. It doesn't matter. I am going to go like this. And at first I wanted just to do random stenciling where the whole thing wasn't, but it is, it's kind of a peekaboo effect, as you can see. See that? It doesn't stand out really strong, so I'm happy with that, and I am giving it quite a bit of pressure, but you can see, because it's layered on top, it's not overbearing. So let's move this way, and we're going to do the same thing. Trying not to get a line. I don't want a line where you can see where the stencil was. And if you don't cover everything, it's all right. You don't have to. It can be very random. See that? So now this is where your pocket is going to be, and we are going to do this, and we should be done then with our stencil. I will clean the stencil up with some alcohol when we're done. Look at that, and that's so cute. And of course I've got it all over me, so we want that off. Or it's just gonna, this ink will pick up and end up on someplace where we don't want it. Invariably that happens. How is everyone? I know this is going to be a longer video, and that's kind of why you see me pushing. I'm going to take whatever leftover ink there is here, black, and I am going to go around my edges. That's okay. All right, I had a comment yesterday. I had to laugh from Beverly. Beverly said, I went back a couple years and your style has changed. And I thought, oh, I hope I've grown. But yeah, I would imagine when you're doing this, you just kind of start working with different supplies and you get different designs, and it's just growth. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we need to cut our pocket. My pocket on that was 2.5. So we are going to, I don't want to cut this end. We're going to go at 2.5, and we're going to cut this. So 2.5, just like that. We don't need any more of the cutter. So now dealing with your pocket, this obviously is going to go there like that. Okay, so dealing with our pocket, we need to cut this out. And so I'm going to bring in a mat, a pencil, and my ruler, and I'm going to figure out where I want to go. And I think this was about, let's see, this looks like 3/8. This was 1/4 of an inch, so this was 1/4 of an inch. This was probably 3/8. Okay, it looks like most of it, let's go 1/4 of an inch. So I think the easiest way to do this, I did it the harder way, is just to go like this, make your pencil mark on the wrong side and go 1/4 of an inch, or it isn't, it's 1/2 an inch. Let's see, will our window be large enough? No, I think I'm gonna go 3/8. Let's go 3/8. And I'm looking at this. We're gonna go 3/8. So we're gonna go that all the way around 3/8. So we'll know where to cut. And hopefully I don't mess the cutting part up. 3/8. Last one. 3/8. So now we are going to get our X-Acto knife, and we are going to cut right, let's see, I'm doing this further away from me than what I want. Hopefully it's cutting through, and it is. Okay, 3/8. We're going to cut from the corner here because we want a frame to there. Just like that. And like I said, if you've got a die in the shape that you want and the size that you want, it would be faster than this. But I wanted to do this on camera and not worry about having to get the die machine. So let me see if I can just snip this. And there we go. One more side. And then we need some acrylic. Now, if you don't have acrylic, that's not a problem. You can get acrylic, take the piece of an envelope off, look at your package containers. You can use vellum, or you can just leave it open and not use anything, and that is okay as well. Keep this because you might want to use that for something. So now that's the end of the X-Acto knife. We don't need it. Put that away. And now you have this. This is your, okay, what did we do here? Let's fix this. This is your little window. So if you've got acrylics, I'm going to put a piece of acrylic on here, and I don't think we need that. This goes this way. You don't have to put a piece of acrylic on here. I want there to be an acrylic piece. So let me grab, I've got my acrylic right here. You can use vellum, you can use anything that you want. I'm not going to use glue. I'm going to use this little glue tape for my acrylic. So I'm going to go on here. Doesn't look like am I getting it? Let's see. Sticky, sticky. And this side here, the glue tape. Okay, put your glue tape away. We don't need you. Ugh, sticky. Don't need that. Now we're going to, you can see I've got glue here. One thing I didn't do was distress the inside of this. So if you want to do that now. Do it before you glue it down. Grab my acrylic piece and get this down. And of course I can't see, so I'm going to have to cut this out. Let's get rid of this. So there, hopefully you can see my acrylic piece is there. So now I need to try and see where it's at, clean it up, and then we can attach our pocket to our time card. I do like the glue tape when you're playing with acrylics, because you don't have to worry about there being a bleed. I believe I've got that really well. So now we are going to attach this to this here, just like that. And first, we're going to go ahead and distress these edges. Get our glue. And right on the outside. I thought about how cute this would be if you took it to the sewing machine and stitched all around it. So that's an option that would be adorable. So we're going to get this on. Just like that. There's your pocket. Check the other side. Yep, we're on really well. We match up. And of course, we want to round our corners so they match. So there we go. And then of course we need our We need our distress ink. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? And I see I have right in here a little piece of something. Get the glue down. Give this a second to dry. All right, now on the back of this, we're going to go with a index card. And your index card is going to be too big. So if you see that, see how you can see that? What I did on this side is I went ahead and I distressed those edges. You don't have to if you don't want to. I am going to. I don't want to see that. I don't have anything on this dauber. You only have to do the upper and lower part because you will not be seeing the ends. So that's what we need to do. I'm going to pull this back here like this, and I want it right side up. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Oh, I almost forgot. We're going to distress this like that so we don't see all that white. You don't have to do that step. You can leave that. And because I don't know where my index card is going to end, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we are going to put our glue on the index card. I would do this part and then take it to the sewing machine if you want to sew. I would do this part first. Try to get it centered so that you see a little bit of the upper and the lower part of your time card. Okay. Let's get this back together so we don't get a clog. Okay, so now, yeah, that makes a difference. You can still see it's a time card. Excuse me, the character is still there, and I want that. I don't want to lose that. So then we're going to clip off what we don't want here. We don't want to see that index card, that white. So we're going to clip this. I am absolutely in love with this make today. Really, really am. Okay, so this is done. And now we're moving on to our tag. Isn't that so cute? And you don't know what you're going to get when you're playing with your inks. Look at the difference. Just depends on where you place that. Isn't it just really cute? This is where if you wanted to stitch, you could go around and do your stitching. And if you are going to stitch, I definitely would leave strings because I think that's part of the look. So that's just me. You do what you want to do. So now you need your second time card. And I'm like, where is my second time card? And then because I do have a piece here left over from the tag of the other one, don't throw that out. You can always create another tag with that. So we're going to use the pink side of this one, and we're going to use where it says number, name, and we've got this number here. Now this tag measures, we're going to cut it down to 2.5 wide by 4 1/4 long. So 2.5 wide by 4 1/4. So let's get our 4 1/4. That is the number that worked for me. You may be using a different style of time card, and then I am, and yes, I am going to lose that number. So this we wanted, we say two and a two. What did we want? Oh, how fast we forget. 2.5. We wanted 2.5, and this is 3.25. So we're going to cut this. I believe I really did. I cut this to the line. I do remember cutting the line. So what do we have now? If we want 2.25, or was it 2.5? Oh my goodness, Charlotte, 2.5. Okay, there we go. That's what we're gonna cut, just like that. Okay, we're gonna make sure it fits. Let's see, this goes into here like that. This is the one we're making. Let's make sure that this will fit. It fits nicely, so you can see I've got a little bit of shred in there. I think that's it. So we're done with our cutter. Don't need it, but we are going to make the tag look like a tag. We're going to round these corners. And we are going to chomp. Let's see, I think I used the large one here, like that. Then we are going to, I don't want this color, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to ruddy it up. That's my word. Just simply because when you look at the pocket, I don't think that the time card being a natural color is going to look good. Not for me. So I'm going to take and do the edges, and then we're going to attach a second. Yeah, that looks much better. We're going to attach a second index card if you want. You don't have to the back of this. Okay, so I think we're done with the archival ink. Get my second index card, and it's going to go on here like that, so we can take this whole tag and put the glue on. Just like that. The better I match it up, the less cutting I have to do. There we go. You can keep that open. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, that was bright. Okay, so, you know, I didn't do a perfect job. So we're going to trim this down. We're going to glue our butterfly on. We're going to kind of eyeball where we want that butterfly to be. Now, I will say I gave it thought, did I want the butterfly on the outside of the pocket or on the tag where it went on the inside? These butterflies are not Tim Holtz butterflies. I think you gifted these butterflies to me, so they're thinner than like a regular Tim Holtz butterfly. If I was using flowers or you know, the Tim Holtz flowers or the Tim Holtz butterflies, I probably would have attached them to the outside of the pocket because I think they would have been more difficult to slide into your pocket if they're thick. So if you're using Tim Holtz ephemera or you're using something thicker, you might want to think about how you're going to go about attaching your tag. So if I put my tag in there like that, isn't that cute? I'm going to kind of look at where, this is the butterfly that I'm using, and it's thin. I could attach that butterfly to the outside of the pocket, and it would be cute as can be, but I do want it inside. So it's thin enough, I'm not going to have an issue. So I want to try to eyeball, and I'm either going to get it or I'm not. And we're not going to worry about it. If you don't get it right in the center, it's not going to matter. Who's gonna know you didn't mean it to be like that? This can be a photo, this can be a butterfly, this can be a piece of scrap, this could be a flower, it can be a sticker, it can be whatever you want it to be. There's no rule, okay? So you use what you have. Perfect, look at that. Okay, we're gonna put this aside. We're done with the glue. And we're going to pull out our stamps because that is what is left now. So StazOn Black is what I'm using. And I'm going to try and mimic this one. So, I mean, I've got these two sets out. I am using Tim Holtz Eccentric and also the Field Notes. So, gotta find it. Gotta find it. Okay, I know I have Ticket, and I know I have... Nope, that's not it, Charlotte. Come on, get it together, girl. Here we go. One is from Eccentric, one is from Field Notes. So this is what we're gonna do. You need your little ceramic block. I'm going to tilt this just a little bit so that I can see what I'm doing. We're going to get our black ink on here. And then we're going to try to center this. Just like that. And give me just a second to clean my stamps off. Gotta clean the stamps off. It makes life so much easier. Okay, and then this one, 05713, all odd numbers, which is pretty cool. Okay, we're going to go above. This is mainly so you have something to look at when your stamp is in the pocket. Then we need Condemned, which is one of my absolute favorites. Don't ask me why. I love that stamp. It is the one from Eccentric. That's the one that's going to fit right there. Condemned. If you don't have stamps, not a big deal. Maybe you have stencils. Put some stencils on here. Use words if you've got words. You don't have to have stamps. Don't run out and purchase something you don't need. Words will work just as well. You don't have words? Cut some out of a magazine or a book. Look at that. All right, then we need, I think I have two more. I have Factory, and Factory is also out of Field Notes. Just wiping the stamp off. Factory is out of Field Notes, and let's see that number. I think that number is also out of Field Notes. Yep, both of these. So the majority of what I'm using is out of Field Notes. I'm going to turn it this way for me because I'm left-handed. Make sure I've got ink. And I am going to attach this right here like that. Perfect. Clean this up. We are almost there, guys. If this is, I knew this was going to be a longer video, but I just thought this process was so cool. I really, really wanted to do it. Then we're going to put the factory number right where it says name. just like that. And we're done. How cute is this? All right, I am going to clear this off, and I'm going to give you a recommendation. Okay, put this away. We don't need it. Done. Okay, here is the first one that I made. This goes in here. Oh, look at that. I'm in love. I am in love. I can't help it. Look at that. It's so cute. Now, whoever wins these, look at that. Whoever wins these, this is the part that we took out. Yeah, that comes from here. This one comes from here. I'm just gonna tuck it in there because you can take this and you can use this. You can make a tag out of it. You could fold it in half and turn it into a tab. Easily fold this in half, turn it into a tab, or fold it in half this way, turn it into a tab. So whoever wins this, this is going to come along. I'll put it in the back there behind the tag, so when I take pictures you don't see it. But yeah, so you'll have that to play with. So guys, that is it. I really hope that you enjoyed this make. I'm in love with this. So for me, this was fantastic. I love this. Now, there were two that didn't get picked up. You know, we've got a lot of new people on this channel, and I don't know if they forget or if you don't know. Index Card Friday, when I pull a winner, if I don't have your address, I can't mail it to you. So you need to check to see if you've won or not. These were two winners, and I'm picking another winner. I'm only going to let it go by 1 week because I think this is like from 2-3 weeks ago. So if you're new, just keep that in mind for later. All right, do you remember last week we made these really cute guys? They open up, double index cards, and then you have a pocket on the back. So this one here, I know there are some brand new names in here. In order to get into this, you just need to leave a comment on Index Card Friday. Okay, Phyllis Maroney, yay! Yay, it's so good to have Phyllis back. I'm so happy. That is wonderful. And we do have two Phyllises now. There is a Phyllis Peterson, believe it or not. Okay, Misty Cotton Game. I am pretty sure I have your address. Pretty sure I do. So congratulations. Now these two. How about this one here? Goes this way, Charlotte. You can't see the little label upside down. Okay, Karen Allen. Karen Allen is also new. So Karen Allen, if you are watching and you want this, you have 1 week to get in touch with me. You can message me through Etsy or leave it in the comments. I wouldn't suggest putting your address in the comments. I don't know if you follow the Posh Paper Lady. She has said that she's had some people take her name and go and ask for money using her name. So yeah, be really careful. All right, Lori Gordon, this is coming to you, honey. I've got your address, so that is good. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up and have a great, safe weekend. Take care, everyone. Big hugs. Bye.